I tend to not want to make big announcements on things that I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do. So I don't think I mentioned on this page, but I mentioned on my music and mental health Instagram page that I am signed up for 2 races in July. One is coming up in 2 weeks, and one is coming up in 4 weeks. And I've gone a month without preparation for either of those races, and that's not me. I've developed such a high standard for myself where I prepare highly. I highly prepare for everything that I'm doing from a fitness standpoint, and I make sure that I'm as close as I can be to peak condition. I have been running regularly and doing all those things regularly up until, a month ago when my dad passed. And so I said, I don't know if I'm even going to do those 2 competitions, but I saw that they have one here in Canada, one of the ones that I always do. It's called Deca Mile. So a crazy part of me was like, I'm just going to go to this thing cold turkey and push myself through it the best that I can and see what happens for your boy. And I wasn't sure, but she said to me, like, you don't always have your best and you don't always know what you have available to give, but sometimes you just got to show up. Give will find you after you show up. So that's what I said today. I'm like, I'm in no kind of shape. I don't really feel good. I don't really feel good. And I don't feel like I'm in any condition to complete one of these races. However, there's some reason I'm supposed to be here. There's some reason I'm supposed to push myself through. But how am I going to find that reason if I don't show up? Everything that I say is not just me trying to help people. If you've listened to me long enough, there's a message in everything that I do, and I don't do it to get the message. The message comes to me when I'm done. The message for today, I didn't get my best time that I've ever gotten. My best time was 3 minutes faster than the time I did today. I didn't do bad. It's not the worst time I ever did. I think the first time I ever did it, I did 38 minutes. This time I did 32 minutes. So the time was not terrible. But I'm telling you, the next time I do the same race, I am going to crush it. Because if I can do that well of a time in this kind of physical and mental state, boy, when I go into one of these feeling good, ooh, you in trouble. I ended up telling my judge, I have a video on this that I'm going to put up later, but I ended up telling my judge, the guy who stands next to you and makes sure you're doing all the counts correctly and everything, I was like, yo, the last time I did one of these races ended up being the day that my dad passed. I finished the race. I was excited about my time. It was the fastest time I ever did. I wanted to cry. I'm like, this is amazing. I did so amazing for myself. And then I get a call a couple of hours later, like, hi, I'm calling to let you know your dad passed away 2:24 p.m. cardiac arrest. And my heart sunk because I said to myself, I was planning to visit the man that day, and I might have gone. There's no guarantee because this is all retrospect, but I'm thinking to myself, like, I might have gone earlier. Yeah, I might have gone earlier and been able to see him alive, if not for the fact that I did that race. So I was like, I'm not really touching this race again for a while. It was like a source of grief. It's like a source of sadness. And when I said I didn't know if I wanted to do those races, that was also in the back of my mind, right? So what ended up happening was I was like, there's no way that I'm going to get through this unless I get back on the horse. And I learned that from my mental health background. I learned that from the fact that there are certain things that you can't avoid and ignore, and time just makes them better. They say time heals all wounds. That's not true, man. Time is a piece of what heals all wounds. Time is not the be-all of what heals all wounds. Time without work is nothing. Period. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't just think that if you don't think about it for a while, it's going to go away. That's the old mentality. The old mentality is like, hey, it's going to hurt right now, but if you avoid thinking about it long enough, it's not going to hurt anymore. Hey, if that works for somebody, let me know, because I would love for all these different traumas that I've been through to be able to just stop thinking about them and they are no longer painful to me. Matter of fact, my job as a counselor would no longer be needed anymore, because it's like, hey, I have the solution to your problem. The solution to your problem is to not think about your problem anymore. And when you don't think about your problem, it stops existing. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? I know where they do that at. That's what my family, parents, grandparents, that's what they did. You know, the longer you don't talk about it, the better it gets. And it's like, that's an interesting theory. But I think that just leads you to suffering with depression, anxiety, unresolved issues and traumas, and what's that thing called? PTSD. And I'm tired, excuse me. Getting something to eat. Getting something to eat real quick. They have so many healthy options in Canada. I love it. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Do you have any kind of green smoothie?
Yeah, we have fresh green, the Pillow tropical mango, in the third spring.
Do you have any like spinach or anything, or it's just that's it?
We don't have spinach. This is the like these are the present recipe.
So this is not really a greens kind of.
Yeah, it's really.
It has
green,
some
like,
greens.
Some greens. Okay.
It looks like more of a protein shake with greens in it. You know what I mean? Like the peanut butter and the.
No.
Oh, what is it? Pineapple, banana.
So if you are looking for the green, I would recommend the freshy green. And you want to more protein, so we have whey protein and the vega protein. You can add it.
Okay, I'll take a small. If you have a small freshy green.
Okay.
And
You want to add any protein, like whey protein and vega protein? In the like above the tropical mango, you can see there two options for the proteins.
Okay, you can add a whey protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's it.
okay.
What did you say?
Anything else?
Oh no, that's actually superfood.
Okay, it's a pink blue lemonade.
Yep.
1274.
Sure. Why is this stuff together? I'm just coming from the States, that's why I have
Okay.
American money
Fresh.
here visiting. I like that there's so many healthy options in Canada. It's not like that where I live.
So,
New
you
York?
were living in the US?
In New York, yeah.
In Europe?
I came from Hamilton and moved over here. Moved from Hamilton to New York 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay. So 35, 37, 35.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you want which whey protein? You want ice cream?
Sure. Appreciate it. Routine device. Catch me in the middle of some errands. Freshy. Superfood Blue. Before I get in my car, I'm going to give you guys a little look of what outside looks like, just so you can understand what I'm dealing with. What I'm dealing with, boy. Yeah, baby. Oh, you're done? Thank you.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it. You too. Okay, let's show you guys what outside looks like. If I can reach the button. Canada is beautiful, man. Man. Everything is so clean and nice. I love it here. I love it here. I might just up and decide not to take that plane ticket back and just move here. Abandon all my stuff. Abandon all my stuff and be out. I forgot what I was on. I know I was talking about Deca Strong. Yeah, so the point of that was the time that it took me to do that. Oh, I really left my straw on top of the car. The time that it took me to finish Deca Strong was irrelevant today. I knew that going in. Even though the guy said, what time are you aiming to beat? And I gave him a time that I was aiming to beat. I also said to myself, I got myself a semi. What is going on here? I got myself a semi-green smoothie. Semi-green. Anyways, now back to our regular scheduled program. Trust me, sometimes when you're in a rut, sometimes when you feel like you're in the lowest possible place that you can be in your life, you might have a tendency to think that you can rest Yeah, as I was
Yo,
saying.
yo, yo, shout out to the whole.
Yeah, I apologize for that. The service is in and out, but I'm gonna try to wrap this up quickly, and then I might hop on later with my friends. But this is what I wanted to say. Sometimes at your worst possible times, hey Lisa, it's been so long since I caught you on an actual live. Normally you're on here like 10 days later talking about the YouTube algorithm just gave you the notification that I came online. So nice to see that you caught one live today. But what I was saying is sometimes when you are at your worst possible point, your worst possible feeling in life, you have the tendency to think that I'm just gonna wait it out and I'm just gonna feel better. And that's just an old school mentality of like the time is gonna go by and the pain is gonna stop. I'll give you an example, as I always do. So I remember when a couple of things happened to me. I remember when I broke a bone in my foot when I was 9. So I thought that the healing process of that bone that I broke was just to wait for the bone to heal and to just start walking on it when the pain stopped. Okay? So the doctor gave me a prognosis where he said that it will take me, I want to say that he said 6 weeks before I start being able to walk on that foot again, and 12 weeks before I walk pain-free, right? So I remember I got to the 6 weeks and I bared weight on that foot for the first time, and it hurt. So I didn't want to stand on it anymore. And I went back to the doctor and he's like, have you been walking on the foot? And I was like, I was planning to, but I took a couple of steps on it and it hurt so bad, I'm just waiting for the 12 weeks for the pain to go away for me to start using it again. And the doctor told me, he was like, you have to be able to walk on it and bear the pain, because that's the only way that it's going to heal properly. And I'm like, what kind of system is this that you have to feel pain as part of your healing process? That's life in general. And going through this race was physically, mentally, and emotionally painful. I had a hard time finishing it for all those reasons. But the fact that I was able to feel the way that I felt when I started and to feel the way that I felt during, and I was still able to complete the job, it means that the next time I go through this, I'm going to feel a little bit lesser amount of pain because I'm doing the work to get myself through this mud. You can't get through the mud by standing in it. You stand in it and you're going to sink. Period. I don't like that sinking feeling that I've been feeling. So I signed up for this race last night. I said I don't know when or if I'm going to be doing any more races. I signed up for this race last night, and I impressed some of the people there. I didn't get the best time, but just people, circumstance, and how I have not trained for this race for over a month. They were like, wow, this is a great job. You got your win. For you, what you did was a win, and I'm proud of what you did. So, I'm exceptionally tired. For anyone who lives in Canada, I'm in Brantford right now, and my final destination is Oshawa. So, as you know, if you know this area, We got a long drive on our hands. A long drive. Very long. Very long drive. Good on you for doing that. It's a bigger deal to show up. It is. The showing up piece takes you from the potential to go into a deep depression to someone who's like, I feel depressed, but I'm pushing through. And anyone who has experienced depression knows those are two different things. There's crippling depression where it's like, I'm so depressed that I can't move, I'm paralyzed, I can't leave my bed. And then there's a depression that's like, I feel the depression looming in my subconscious and in the background, but I'm still able to get up and do the things that are important to me in life. And that's where I am. And I didn't get there overnight. It took me years to get there. This might be the biggest thing I've ever had to contend with, but at the same time, I'm following the same blueprint that I followed for lesser things. Why switch it up now if it's working? Why switch it up now if it's working? Yeah, so I'm about to flip this off, go on some music or something, enjoy the rest of my day. I am actually going to be playing in my high school alumni football game tonight and my alumni basketball game tomorrow. Pray for me that I'm going to hold up doing all three of those things after a month of inactivity. I was already surprised at my ability to do this, but that's another animal going against kids, because I'm part of the alumni team going against the students. So yeah, but I'm going to be one of the better alumni, I'll tell you that, boy. I'll tell you that. I probably am going to limp off the field, but when I'm on the field, I'm going to be a menace. I promise you that. And I hope I can get some good video coverage of that too. But anyways, appreciate y'all. Talk to you soon.